Hey everyone, today I'm going to compare Total Wireless to Boost Mobile and help you figure out which one is the best for your particular needs. Now, I'm going to start with bringing your own device. So they have, you can see here, a lot of sale prices when you're buying new phones, but I am someone who likes to keep my phone. I know where everything is. I have all the apps the way I want them. So if you're bringing your phone, Total Wireless is the most lucrative in terms of your long-term savings and your data quality. Now, Boost Mobile might be cheaper with the price lock guarantee, but you're going to still struggle with things like deprioritized data on the bring your own device plan compared to Total Wireless, where you have that priority data, which means no slow data when you are trying to send a message to someone in a crowd like, hey, I'm in front of gate 13, where are you, right? Because nobody likes that. Now, aside from bringing your own device, there are other circumstances where one of these might be better than the other. Now, families should consider Total Wireless. I put Total Wireless as the better option for family plans as compared to Boost Mobile because they have the better discount. They have better discounts for different plans. So if I'm looking at phone plans, you can see here this Total 5G unlimited plan, $50 per line per month with auto pay. That's only one line. If I'm by myself, 50 bucks. If I add my spouse, $42.50 per line. If I add our first child, $36.67 per line. And you can see all the way up to 5 lines, we're bringing it down to $25 per month. That is possibly some of the cheapest. That is for 15 gigabytes of hotspot data with the fastest data speed and good international calling. $27 per month if you want unlimited hotspot data. Now, I'm not the kind of person who needs more than 15 gigabytes. I have a 15 gigabyte plan. I have never even come close. The same cannot be said for my kids. So that is something to consider because everyone is on the same plan. And for $2 more per line per month, it's a pretty good deal. Now, Boost Mobile is best for individuals, though. They have really good incentives for people who are by themselves, maybe don't need all of those plans for all of their kids. So if we're looking at just the phone plans here, we're looking at unlimited plans. So these are the phones you can buy. The unlimited plans, the unlimited plus here, $50 per month. So that's about the same as if you're buying one plan over here, right? Let's bring that back down to one. You can see $50. That, however, is unlimited talk, text, and data. No contract savings if you don't bring your own phone. So that's why I mentioned that earlier. Bringing your own phone, probably better with Total Wireless. If you need a new phone, you're going to find better options here with Boost Mobile because they're going to give you those discounts. They do have options to buy now and pay later, as well as 40 gigabytes of premium data. So we're looking at hotspot data, but unlimited talk, text, and data for $50 per month. Now, by comparison, that is pretty close to this $60 one. So you're going to save a little bit more. Now, in terms of features, the features you get with Boost Mobile plans are pretty limited. So you can see here that the full plan details come with different pricing based on the devices, different savings based on the devices. Again, if you're buying a new device, Boost is going to be better. But the features are pretty basic here. You can see that if I want to add things like mobile hotspot data, that's typically a $10 add-on to that base plan. Now they do have tablet and watch plans, so that is something to consider if you are someone who likes tablet plans or wants to pair your watch as part of your plan. You can get things here with discounts if you bring your own, and of course discounts off of new purchases. Again, families are going to get the best value with Total Wireless in terms of price point, but so are people looking for features. So Total Wireless gives you that sort of post-paid experience, right? They give you the unlimited hotspot data depending on the plan. And you can see here, this is the unlimited hotspot. I will say that even on this 5G plus unlimited plan, data does get capped at 5 megabits per second. However, they do include subscriptions like Disney Plus. So it's not a lot of perks, but it is more, there are more perks. Wow, that was a tough one for me. There are more perks with Total Wireless than you get with Boost Mobile. Again, families get better incentives here for adding multiple lines. That said, Boost Mobile does have options to keep pricing low with a la carte additions. So as I mentioned, you can add watch plans, you can add tablet plans. They also have things like international plans. So you can add things like global talk and text for $10 per month. Now that is kind of based on the plan you choose. Obviously, these other plans up here for certain Samsung devices already have the global talk and text included. If you get these cheaper plans though, you're going to have to add that extra $10 to incorporate that international option. That can be well suited for individuals who might only need to add international every so often. Maybe you travel for business, but you only do it during the summer. Well, then you can add that as an a la carte feature during the summer and then take it away the rest of the year. Total Wireless does have that built-in access on their higher level program or plans for international calling to over 180 countries and then texting to over 200 countries. In terms of data, Boost Mobile does have unlimited data plans, but these tend to be deprioritized pretty heavily. So speeds are throttled after you use about 30 gigabytes of data each month, which, I mean, I'm not going to have an issue with that, but my children definitely will. However, Total Wireless tends to be much faster and more superior when it comes to data use because it uses Verizon's 5G ultra wideband network, and you don't have that deprioritization. So if you're a heavy data user, Total Wireless is probably going to be the best one. If you need limited access to international calls and text, Boost Mobile is going to help you save the most money, but Total Wireless is there if you need regular international calls. If you like incentives or perks, Total Wireless has more of those than Boost Mobile. But if you need to add tablet or watch plans, Boost has your back. I think Boost is better for individuals, whereas Total Wireless is definitely better for families. So Total Wireless is going to use that Verizon network. That is something to be aware of. Boost Mobile is going to use T-Mobile, AT&T, or Dish. So they actually have that multi-network function built in. But you do have data deprioritization here. You don't get discounts on lots of lines, and that kind of helps keep the prices pretty low. So this basic unlimited plan right now, $10 per month for the first 3 months and then $25 forever after that. So as a new customer, you can lock in that forever $25 per month price, but that gives you that 30 gigabytes of data. So it comes down to what it is you need most. Obviously, as someone who's looking for a budget plan and is an individual and wants a lot of flexibility, this can be a great way to make sure your plan never goes above $25 per month, but it is going to be limited on your data. Families are going to find the best discounts here. As I said, adding 5 lines, you're looking at the same $25 per month for even better plans. So there's a lot to consider here, but again, Total Wireless generally better for data features, for family plans, and better benefits, but Boost Mobile for people who want to keep a budget.